Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to Live It Up, the show where we explore and discuss how to take your life to that next level and beyond. We cover health, wealth, relationships, and how to create a life you absolutely love. I'm your host and coach, Fletcher Ellingson. Amy is out today, so we're going to take an opportunity to talk with an entrepreneur from Chelan. She helps people create and maintain beautiful skin. By the way, did you know that your skin is the body's largest organ? Pretty cool, huh? So how do we take good care of it? Well, we're going to talk to Cindy McCreary of Chelan Valley Skin Care. Health is the first wealth, so stick around. But before we get to that, I want to remind you that if you have questions that you would like us to answer on or off the air, you can email them directly to me at fletcher@fletcherellingson.com. And I also want to remind you that if you feel stuck in an area of your life, whether it's financially or in your health or in your relationships, get into action and reach out to us. You don't have to suffer. There are answers and solutions and ways to get unstuck and move forward powerfully. So let's get to today's email. It says, "Dear Fletcher, I have been trying to change my habits for years. I've seen very little happen. I'm still a smoker and I'm still a nail biter. There have been brief times when I've been able to quit both, but that lasted maybe several days or a week. And then something happens and I start again. I've read books, I've gone to counseling, and not much happens. Why is change so hard, and what do you suggest? I've heard you talk about other people getting radical results. What are they doing that I am not? Thanks, JH." All right. JH, first of all, thanks for the email and a way to reach out, right? Strong people ask for help and advice. So I'm glad you shared your frustration, and I'm going to answer your questions. You know, a lot of people feel the way you do. They feel like change is hard. A lot of people have gone to counseling and maybe seen a shift in their behavior, but then get triggered back into old habits and patterns. And you asked a good question. Why is change so hard? Well, let me ask you a question. What if change were easy? That's a cool concept, isn't it? What if change were easy? What if change could happen like that? What if it could happen in the blink of an eye? Well, I want to tell you about a client of mine who was a nail biter for over 40 years. She could go a few days sometimes, but then while watching a movie, she said, or driving somewhere, she could bite all of her nails right down again without even realizing it. She also thought change was hard. But after working with me for 1 hour, she was done biting her nails. And I checked in with her every once in a while over a 4-month period, and her nails had grown out. She hadn't bitten them once. And I also used to be a person who bit my nails for years. I had tried to quit, but that compulsion was so strong. I would bite them down until that they would bleed sometimes. They looked terrible and would frequently hurt. It was very uncomfortable. But I'll always remember the day that I decided to let that habit go and interrupt it so strongly that the habit wouldn't return. I was in Wenatchee and was heading back to my home, which is in Chelan, and my wife was driving and I was in the passenger seat. And I decided to do a visualization. And it was a very specific type of visualization designed to interrupt patterns of thinking and actions. And the whole exercise took about 40 minutes. Basically, it took me 40 minutes to go from someone who bit his nails to someone who didn't. And that sounds pretty remarkable, right? And it is. And I've had strong, healthy nails ever since and never went back to being a nail biter. Now, here's what I want you to get. That change was not hard. It was actually super easy. See, when people tell themselves that change is hard, then change has to show up as hard. When you believe that change is hard, then your mind looks for ways to make it challenging. Your mind always looks for ways to support and defend what your core beliefs are. Even if your beliefs don't serve you, even if they don't make sense, your mind will still look for ways to support your belief that change is hard. You also mentioned smoking. I've had clients go from tobacco addiction to freedom, from tobacco to freedom in 90 minutes. Pretty cool, huh? The same for drinking. Part of the answer is in how you define yourself. You see, most people who bite their nails identify as a nail biter. If your brain thinks this, then your subconscious looks for ways to reinforce this and get you to do the behavior. So step one is to stop identifying yourself as a nail biter. Declare your freedom from it. For me, I went from being a nail biter to someone who has and maintains attractive, healthy nails. You see, I conditioned my mind with a new belief. It's all about setting up beliefs that serve you and conditioning your mind. So what's needed to condition your mind is two things: a consistent image accompanied with an elevated emotion. So I would focus on seeing my nails grown out, nicely trimmed. I would imagine them on my keyboard as I was typing. I would see myself shuffling and cutting and dealing cards, and would see my healthy nails as I manipulated the deck. It's important to interrupt the pattern of seeing yourself as a nail biter. So instead, see yourself as someone who cares for the nails and has healthy long nails. Now, pay close attention to what I'm about to say. Some people say change is hard. Others say change is easy. Some people say change takes a long time. Others say it can happen quickly. Well, let me ask you a question. Which one of those is accurate? What you have to understand is that change happens all the time. Change is one of the very few constants in our world. And that's going to happen by itself. Change isn't hard, it isn't easy, it's whatever you say it is, right? It's the story that we tell ourselves. Everything changes, and it happens no matter what you think. I want you to understand that when you say change is hard, that's a story that you're telling yourself, and you're gonna live into that story. Some people have a story that life is a struggle, and so they frequently experience struggle in their health, wealth, and relationships. Other people have a different story. Others believe that they can go through life with ease and that life is working for their good. Wow, what a contrast. So, who do you think is enjoying life more? The person who sees struggle wherever they look, or the person who sees life working for them? My daughter recently went to New York. She got there at night and went into her Airbnb to find that it was filthy and not at all what she had been advertised. And she didn't want to stay there. And so they canceled their Airbnb and left thinking they would go find a hotel. Well, everything was booked, as it was a holiday weekend. And they'd been traveling since 2 a.m. and now it was close to midnight. They had all their luggage, they had no car, and my daughter has some health challenges, and so she was feeling worn out and really disappointed and needed to sleep for her health. And we suggested they call one of my longtime friends who lived in Yonkers. It was about 35 minutes away from where they were. It turns out they were able to sleep on their couch, and so they took an Uber or a Lyft to their home. I spoke to her the next morning, and it turns out they ended up spending the entire morning and early afternoon with them, having a wonderful conversations and connecting. And I reminded my daughter that life was working out for her good, even when she couldn't see it. And had the Airbnb not been a dive, they would have been able to connect. They wouldn't have been able to connect with my friend and have such a lovely time. You see, what we focus on, we feel. What we focus on expands, and what we focus on, we manifest into the physical world. JH, what I suggest to you is that you stop calling yourself a nail biter and a smoker. Declare your freedom. Call yourself someone who lives a tobacco-free life. Call yourself someone who is healthy and creates vitality. Identify as someone who grows and maintains strong, healthy nails. Change is always happening. Change can happen like that. It's worked for me, it's worked for my clients, and it can work for you too. So stay in action. I believe in you. Hey everybody, welcome back to Live It Up. We are here with Cindy McCreary from Chelan Valley Skin Care. Cindy, what are we talking about today?
Skincare.
All right, skincare and why it's important, right?
That's right.
We got a lot of skin on us, so we got to take care of it.
That's right.
All right, so tell me, first of all, when did you get interested in this industry?
It began when I was a teenager. I was one of those lucky teenagers with acne, and so my mom, she'd take me to the dermatologist, and that helped.
Uh-huh.
And then later on in life, out in the sun, start getting hyperpigmentation. My skin changes from oily to dry. So then that reignited my intense curiosity with skin and how to help other people.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So you thought, and you experimented around, I assume, with different things, and you began finding things that
Yes.
worked?
Not really. So that's why I decided to become an esthetician.
Mm-hmm.
And then I became a master esthetician because I love to learn
Uh-huh.
and I love to help people. So it just continued.
Yeah, so your love of learning kind of propelled you into this industry then?
Yes, yes,
and
it
your
did.
your curiosity.
Yes.
Cool, cool. So when did you open your business, and tell me a little bit about that. How did you go, I'm making the leap to opening my doors?
Well, I'll tell you what, it's a long, continuous process. I was in a lot of places in Wenatchee, East Wenatchee, like Therapeutic Touch, and I wanted to live in Chelan, so I moved to Chelan and ended up working at Campbell's, and then I opened up a few different places in Chelan, and by about 2008, I landed at a location at 136 East Johnson, which I'm still at.
Uh-huh.
And it's been fabulous. It's been great.
Yeah, I know you have a lot of
Yeah.
clients, and
I
I
do.
know you have a lot of raving fans, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
So you must get the results that
I
they're
do.
looking for.
Yes,
Cool.
I do.
So what types of conditions do people come and see you for?
Anything from rosacea, acne, hyperpigmentation, flaky skin, dry skin, laxicity of skin, lines,
Mm-hmm.
you name it.
So let me ask you a question. I think a lot of people that are maybe listening to this, they may be of the opinion like, well, that's just how my skin is, and it's uncomfortable or it's kind of inconvenient, but there's nothing really I can do with it. I've tried stuff at the store. What would you say to that?
I would say come see me because you can always make your skin better, always. It's not impossible.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Yeah.
And is there a case that kind of sticks out in your mind? Like, give me an example, like, of someone who's come to you for a specific reason and that you've been able to get results for them.
I've had a lady, she started doing skincare and then had a car accident. So she was gone for maybe a year. She had reconstructive surgery and she came back, and he did a really nice job. However, there was still some scarring that we needed to work with, and a little bit of lymphatic swelling that was occurring, and we were able to make it so that you don't see a scar. There's no visual evidence of a scarring, and to be able to lift the one side of the face up to where it matches, so it's not, when you get in an accident, it can rearrange a few things.
Yeah,
So,
definitely,
and
right.
she's ecstatic, I'm ecstatic. It's fabulous.
That's
So,
cool.
yeah.
So that's a
Yeah.
dramatic result that you were able to accomplish there.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
cool. And that's probably like, most people aren't coming to you with that. They're coming with other things, though, right?
Right.
Yeah. And so, what do you enjoy about your work?
I really enjoy educating my clients and doing the process, working on skin, because I can actually visually see it changing.
Mm-hmm.
And every time my client comes in, I'm excited because I see changes.
Right.
Maybe they don't notice because they're looking at their face in the mirror every day, but I really see the difference in the skin. So that, I guess it's a selfish satisfaction of seeing people's skin change.
Yeah.
you
Right
know?
on.
Yeah.
And I assume that they leave feeling really good.
They do.
Yeah. You're probably.
do.
It's not like they're going to the dentist, right? They're not.
Right.
Yeah. They're
Yeah.
like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
I get to go see Cindy.
Yes.
Right.
Right.
I'm going to look better. I'm going to
Yeah.
feel better. And I love it. I love
Mhm.
it. And I know most of your clientele are women, but is that exclusively who you work with?
Oh no, I have my clientele men, teenagers.
So tell me a little bit. Why would a teenager come to you?
A lot of parents don't, they don't want to put their children on the antibiotics or Proactive or,
for the acne.
for the acne.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just go at it at a different angle, a more natural angle.
And can you tell me a little bit about that? What does that entail?
A lot of times diet is really critical, especially the way teenagers eat. You know, they love sugar,
Yeah.
milk, and so a lot of times I'll just have them rule out any food allergies.
Oh,
Milk
okay.
being one of the major causes of cystic acne. So if we can rule that out first and, you know, make diet changes, that usually helps immensely. And then, you know, no sugar, increase of water intake.
Mm-hmm.
So dietary changes are the first thing you need to think about. And then, you know, we do skin treatments, the proper skincare
Mhm.
is required if you
I
have
would-
acne.
I would imagine that someone going to an esthetician, they're probably not thinking they're going to get advice about their diet.
Right.
Yeah, but
That-
that is something that you
Oh,
kind of
definitely.
suggest.
It kind of goes hand in hand with skincare.
Yeah,
You know?
I mean, it
Yeah.
makes total sense.
Yes.
But I think it's probably not like on a lot of people's radar. Like, oh, I should change my diet in order
Right.
to change the results on my face.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. And you said, did you say you also see men sometimes?
I do. Yes.
So I'm curious. Like,
Yeah.
what do men come to see you for?
You'd be amazed. A lot of men have sun damage, which causes rosacea. So I work on a lot of rosacea, typically for men.
And what does that entail when you say you work on it? What is I don't even know what that
Well,
looks like.
you know, it's a dilation of the capillaries, and so, you know, we're working to flush those capillaries out and to calm them down. And so it's really important to have sun protection because it's agitated by the sun and the cold as well. Living in this valley, we have a lot of extremes in weather.
Right.
And a lot of men, they work outside most of the time, right?
Mhm.
And just getting on a good skincare protocol
Okay.
helps a lot.
Cool.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, good stuff. Hey, we're going to take a short break. We will be back in just a couple of minutes and talk more with Cindy, so stay with us. Hey everybody, welcome back to Live It Up. We're talking with Cindy McCreary from Chelan Valley Skin Care. She's a master esthetician. And so, look, if you got issues with your skin or you want a second opinion, go see her. She's in demand, so make sure to call and set up an appointment or a consultation with her. You have been telling me about a new, I don't know if it's a machine or treatment, but Ultherapy. Could you tell me a little bit about what that is and share with them
Sure.
what it does?
Ultherapy, it's a fabulous treatment. What it replaces having to go under the knife for a facelift is basically what you're doing. That's been one of my dreams, is to help women look great without going under the knife. And so this really tightens and firms any, you know, a lot of women have the jawline that they're concerned with. And so what it's doing, it's an FDA-approved medical device. I like to do research on my equipment, make sure it's top of the line, so the transducers are FDA approved. What we're doing is we're hitting the 2 layers of collagen and denaturing them. You know, type 3 kind of gets saggy and loose, so we're trying to make it so the body's producing more type 1 collagen. So that's nice and firm, and it tightens up the skin so you don't have the laxicity, which is awesome. I've had it done, and I mean, it really tightens the skin.
You can really notice it.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I'd do it again in a heartbeat. So in that toning and firming, it's also tightening the elastin as well, and those are the fibers that hold the collagen.
Oh, okay.
And it's amazing. I don't know what else to say.
Cool. And you're going to be fully up and running, did you say sometime in October?
Hopefully mid-September. We have Chelan Medical Spa that will be working 2 days a week in the same facility that I'm in. And we'll be offering the Ultherapy, the facelift machine. And we also will be offering the painless IPL, that's intense pulse light, for hair reduction and for hair rejuvenation.
Cool.
And painless, that's nice.
Yeah.
You know, most people when they hear IPL, they're like, oh, I don't want that done. You know, it feels like a rubber band snapping. You know, it's painful. And I'm like, no, this is the latest technology. There is no pain.
Yeah.
So.
And I know that you do a lot of research. So when you say it's the latest technology, this is the cutting edge stuff.
Yes.
And the Ultherapy, and I think you said that you're going to be like one of the only people in this region that provide or offer that. Is that accurate?
That's accurate. Yes,
Yeah.
that's correct.
Cool.
Yes, and we're hoping, I can't pin down the date right yet, but in October we'll have an open house on that. And it'll be limited space,
Right.
you know, for personal appointments.
Okay.
And, and special deals on that.
If
yeah.
they want to get more information or set up a consultation about that, how do they reach you?
509-888-6304.
Okay, and you got a website too?
Yes, ChelanValleySkinCare.com.
Excellent. Say that again, Chelan.
ChelanValleySkinCare.com.
All right, and
Yes.
can they make appointments there too?
Absolutely.
All right,
yes.
great. So they can make appointments online or call her.
Yes.
So you're a business owner. You're busy.
Yes.
You got a lot of demands on your time.
I do.
Right? So
Yes.
what do you do to decompress and enjoy life?
I enjoy working out at the gym, and I enjoy reading for educational purposes.
For educational purposes? Right,
Yes.
what kind of material do you like to enjoy reading? Like
Anything about skincare.
Okay, good answer. Always learning.
Yes, yes.
Right on,
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
And working out, so what are you running? Are you lifting weights? What does it entail?
It's a combination of cardio and weights.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's also good for your skin, right?
It is. It's amazing. Yeah, it does. Gets that lymphatic system moving.
That's right. Cool,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, hey, we're just about out of time. Is there anything you want to add that I should have asked and I didn't?
I can't think of anything.
All right.
Yeah.
Give
Yeah.
the folks the phone number one last time, please.
509-888-6304.
All right, give her a call. Get on her books. Set up an appointment. You know what it's time to do now. We're going to wrap this up, so get out there. Be a source of kindness. Be a source of contribution. You have something that this world needs, and I believe in you.